So, angry guy here, and passport bros are driving women insane. Like, share, and subscribe for more great angry guy content. Don't forget that you can get these videos early by heading over to patreon.com/angry guy and signing up. So you can get these videos up to a week early, and you also get exclusive videos where they're a bit too raunchy for YouTube. I might curse too much, a bit too much profanity, because YouTube is a censored platform still. So you can find those videos over there. Tons of exclusive content on Patreon. So go ahead and check that out. And you're also supporting the channel. If you have a video request, a specific topic you want me to discuss, just go ahead and look in the description to find out how you can request your video from me, request a specific topic, along with making your contribution, because I don't do that shit for free. and and also, if you want to just show the channel some love, for all this great content I'm giving to you guys, you can drop me some money via Cash App, PayPal, or Venmo, and all the links are in the description of the video. Today we're discussing how passport bros are driving women insane, one of my favorite subjects. And let's go ahead and pull up this video for you. A passport bro has left a specific woman in shambles. She's just one of many. But let's go ahead and jump into this video. This video comes from Pierre's World.
Guys, let's get our pass. Good luck. Okay. The requirements for women is a lot higher nowadays, and that goes for all around the country.
A lot of the men leaving the U.S. to find their wife abroad, they're only doing so because they believe women in the U.S. have standards that are too high.
The fact that women are no longer lowering their standards.
Well, actually,
these are low-value women that believe that they're high-value women, and for such a long time, men have not had any other options. It was basically, you have to, deal with these women who are basically low-value women, try to claim that they're high-value, they're low-value, and now you can go overseas and get yourself a woman who is high-value. She's slim, she takes care of herself, she's younger, she cooks, she cleans, she enjoys cooking, she enjoys cleaning, she enjoys rearing children. Like, these are things that she loves to do. She's extremely hygienic. Filipinos love cleaning themselves. They love washing. They're very adverse to dust and dirt and these types of things. So I mean, it's crazy. And then you can go over there, and for a tiny fraction of what it costs to live in the U.S., you can get yourself a nice. You can rent an entire house for less than $200. And if you're able to work from anywhere in the world, you can run your entire business from your office. The office in your home, the office in your house, and you get to spend all your time with your wife. You get to spend your time with your children. Start a family with her, and enjoy life. Go, the Philippines. The Philippines. It's a great place to live. It's always warm, and these women, they don't want to fight with their husbands. They're not that they're submissive. It's just that it's not. And submissive. There's nothing wrong with being submissive, but it's not that. It's not a matter of submission. It's a matter of wanting to create an environment where you guys can work together instead of constantly being at one another's throats. And these women, these women in America, they're for the streets, and men are just leaving them. They're like, okay, so the streets can have them, and they're getting their passport and they're getting out. They're getting out of the country, and they're finding happiness, and they're saving tons of money and building a life for themselves. And it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I'm telling y'all, very soon you're gonna see this thing. Like, soon enough, you're gonna see guys saying like, well, now this is just how we handle things. Like, let me look for the right words. Right now it's a trend. Trends become normalities, and normalities become traditions. Just like Christmas is a tradition, it's going to become a tradition. It's eventually going to it'll become a normality, and then it will become a tradition, and it will become a tradition where men, you want to get a wife, you're going to go overseas and get yourself a wife, and just bypass American women. And you're gonna hear these women saying, "Oh, we're passport girls." I mean, they're already talking about We're passport girls because where men go, women will follow. But they're going to try to go overseas and claim that they're going to go overseas and get high value men who like because the men in America aren't nothing, so they're going to go overseas and get themselves high value men and know how to treat a woman. And yeah, that's not going to work for them, but they think they're gonna do that. Some of them are gonna try to follow passport bros and try to like, okay, well we can live cheap too, and we can start a new life here too, and we can go get ourselves a man. Here's the thing: they want a man that's better themselves, better than themselves. So they're not gonna go over to the Philippines and get some dude off the street that doesn't have an education and is only making like not even $500 a month, in their local currency. They don't want those dudes. They don't want those dudes, so they're not picking. They're gonna go and get those dudes. All right, and the average Filipino guy is like, how tall is he? It's like under five. Is like five something. Like the average height in the Philippines is like 5'4". So the average Filipino guy is way shorter than the average American guy. He makes, and it's not just that. It's just like in most other countries, like most other countries in Asia. So they're not going to go over there and find these high value men that they claim they're looking for. All right. I mean, America is basically the West is basically as good as it gets, and you know I'll tell you, they're going to start saying that they need to do things like foreign wife tax. Like if a guy goes overseas, they need to start taxing his ass because he's taking money out of the country. If he marries a woman from the country, there needs to be a foreign bride tax. Because you've met her wrong. I'm telling y'all, it's what's his name? Winter is winter is coming. Winter is coming, or it's already here, and these women don't seem to they don't seem to realize it because for a long time all women have known how to do is to shame men back into the plantation, try to shame them back to the plantation. Men are running from the plantation. Men have gotten off the plantation. They're getting out of there, and they're not going. A lot of these guys, they're not going MGTOW because MGTOW is a gender separatist movement. You know, they're not trying to separate themselves from women. They're trying to find quality women, and they're leaving the country and they're finding women in Latin America. They're finding women in Asia. Hell, they're finding women in Eastern Europe. Okay, that enjoy being women, enjoy being feminine, enjoy having a family, creating a home, doing these things. Anyway, guys, let's watch a little bit more of this, and then.
Pursuing. Who is she?
Oh my
Who is
God!
she?
A passport bros thought exercise. A guy will go to a foreign country to find a life partner, and this is highly controversial lately because there's good women here in the United States who need partners too, and they don't want to go to a third world country to go find a partner because we know how bad those guys can be. The machismo is real. So it's not fair to women to have all the guys in a developed country that are willing to give them equal rights go to another country to find a girl that's going to be loyal to them and not give them a hard time. Because I don't know a country that a woman could go to and go find a male counterpart where that male is actually going to treat her right and allow her to have a job and all that stuff. This is starting to look really bad for women in that case. So, of course, they're going to be upset about the whole passport bros culture. Let's make it granular. Let's think about one guy, right? Let's say that there's a woman who wants one guy. She's like, oh, he's good. I'd like to date him. But he's going out of the country to go get a date instead of.
Some women are finally starting to realize that the dudes that are leaving America and going overseas aren't broke dudes. You have to have money to make that move. You have to have money to move to another country. You have to have money to support a woman in another country. These aren't dudes that have no money. These are guys that have some money. All right? These are guys that think about this. You have a lot of these guys that are buying homes in the Philippines. All right? They're buying a house, they're buying a home for like $15,000-$20,000. You can't do that if you're broke. You can't fly over to the Philippines back and forth constantly if you have literally no money. You can't take care of your Filipina if you have literally no money. What's happening is, oh, you don't have the kind of money that these women want you to have. All right. But a lot of these guys have money. And you have guys who are 6 feet tall. They're above 6 feet, making over $100,000 a year. Okay. That are muscular, that are young, fit, handsome. They're going to the Philippines. All right. So the same dudes that like women would love to have a chance with, nope. Because sometimes you'll have a guy that's tall, handsome, muscular, real fit, makes over $100,000 a year. And women will say, but he's too corny for me, because they sit down, they'll talk to this dude. Dude likes anime. This dude likes anime. This dude's he's a pretty cool guy. Like, he's a chill dude. He's not trying to be disrespectful. He's like courteous. This is he's too nice. He's too nice. So he's a nice guy. I don't really want that. I mean, maybe when it's time to get married, yeah. But now, nah, I want to be out here in these streets. So the dude is like, okay, so you go out to the streets, all right, and I'm gonna go overseas and find myself a wife who's, wait a minute, younger than you, slimmer than you. She enjoys cooking. She enjoys cleaning. She likes doing the things that you don't want to do. Okay. She doesn't want to get in fights with me. In fact, she's a little shy. All right. And she wants to raise children. Yeah, I'm not putting up with this nonsense. I'm taking my ass to the Philippines or to Thailand or to Latin America, but I'm not putting up for this crap here. That's really what's up. And these women think that they're going to go to other countries and find men in other countries that are going to hold them down like America. Come on. These women are delusional. And the men, the plan B guys, that's what the stable men, they're all leaving. They're all leaving. And these women will not have any options.
Dating her here in the United States. There's a reason why he's doing that. And you might go, that's not fair. I should have a solid chance of dating this guy. Well, why don't you be more like the kind of girl that he wants to date? Then everybody goes.
Here's the thing about that. A lot of men aren't going back. Like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. A lot of guys are like, yeah, I don't even. A lot of guys are like, you know what? To be honest, I wasn't really into her to begin with, but that's all that I had to work with. A lot of guys, men marry down, women marry up. All right. And now a lot of guys are like, yeah, I don't have to compromise. I don't have to do this. I can go and find myself somebody that I truly want to be with. Someone that's beautiful, that's someone that, someone that is respectful towards me, someone that doesn't use certain things as a weapon in a relationship, someone that wants to have children, someone that, someone that values the family, someone that enjoys cooking and cleaning. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave, and I'm gonna go where someone's not gonna talk down to me. And it's like you're hitting the lottery. You're hitting the lottery. And these women, they don't seem to get it. They don't realize it. Like, I mean, part of them get it because they know that they're screwed. But what they're doing is, the only thing they know how to do is be disrespectful to men and to shame men and try to shame men into submission. And that's not going to work. That's only going to push men further away. And the idea of women in America learning how to treat men, I mean, it's really far gone. Men are walking away from these women for a reason. It's MWA, bro. It's MWA, baby. Men walking away. The passport bros are just a subsect of a much larger movement of men walking away from gynocentrism, walking away from a society that has rejected them, and walking away from women who have rejected them. All right, and saying, you know what, I'm going my own way. I'm walking away. That's not men going their own way. It's men walking away, because they're not trying to separate themselves from women. They're separating themselves from women who are disrespectful to them, women who say they don't want them, women who treat them poorly, a society that treats men poorly, and men are forging their own paths the way they choose to. And they're going to women who want them and who will treat them right.
Up in arms and be like, Sean, how could you say that? No one should have to change to fit somebody else's heteronormative, whatever, blah, 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 just so that way they can get a date with a guy. He should stay in the country and date here anyway, without girls having to change to be more submissive or whatever. But listen to the logic of that. You're trying to force a man to stay in a country and date people he's just not attracted to, so you can have a guy that won't love you because you're not willing to meet him in the middle. So you're going to shame a man for his preferences.
And here's the problem: meet him in the middle. So, in other words, these women are compromising. I don't want a woman who feels like cooking and cleaning are like it feels like cooking and cleaning is slave work, because that's how American women are. You have like a lot of women in America who cook and clean, and they say it's slavery. They say it's slavery. They say it's slave work. They're like, they don't want to cook. They don't want to clean. They say it is slave work. All right. Can you imagine this? Cooking and cleaning is slave work. So what do? They complain. They want the man to work, and they want the man to cook and clean, or they want to order out. And then you wonder why obesity rates are so high and people are so broke. Versus in the Philippines, you have a Filipina, she loves to cook, she loves to clean, all right? I mean, this is a part of her culture. She's very loving and kind and friendly because that's a part of the Filipino culture. That's just how these people are, all right? And you get to, and now, and guess what? The world has changed so much, especially after the pandemic. A lot more people are working at home. A lot more people are have let their bosses know, listen, it's either I'm allowed to work long distance, I can work from my computer, or I won't work for you at all. So, and the world is changing just like this. The people think, like, you have these employers that they want to own their employees. It's not happening, you know. So you can have someone who has a job in the United States, they have a stable internet connection in the Philippines. They can work from the Philippines. They can work from the Philippines. They can work from anywhere in the world. They can work their 9 to 5. They can work a full 9 to 5. Doesn't matter if they're an insurance broker. Doesn't matter what the hell they do. Doesn't matter if they're a computer programmer or a designer. Doesn't matter what they do. Doesn't matter if they do customer service for Bank of America. Doesn't matter what they do. They can work from their home, set their office up, and they'll work from their home anywhere in the world. So, just for example, you imagine you're making $75,000 in the U.S. and you work from home. All right, you set yourself up in the Philippines, $75,000, bro. I mean, and of course, after taxes is going to be more like 60 or whatever, but whatever. You set yourself up in the Philippines, you have your office set up, and you work a full day basically from your office apartment, from your office in your home. You're still there. So in between working, you can still like see your kids and whatever. Your wife is close by, brings you your lunch, gives you a back rub, and you're working, and that's it. Or you work for yourself and you make your own hours. I mean, like, this is really how the world is changing. So, but like I said, let's say you're doing it, you're telecommuting, all right, and you're working long distance. Then guess what? You can work from anywhere in the world as long as you have a stable internet connection. You can make that American money and live overseas like a king, like a king. Live in a big ass house. You have a car for you. You have a car for your wife. Okay, you have everything you can imagine. You have your setup, your computer setup. You have a setup for you. You have a setup for her. You have televisions, big screen televisions in every room. I mean, you guys are doing it big. You're living large. All right. At the end of the day, once you get out from work, you go to the beach. Y'all go to the beach. Take your kids to the beach. Go walk on the beach at night. In the evening, it's cool and chill on the beach. Go out if you don't want to cook that night. Go out, eat something. Eat really good food, really healthy food. Because in the Philippines, in these Asian countries, you can eat actual healthy food, not the shit that we have in the United States that's designed to kill you. You eat real food. That's if your Filipina doesn't want to cook, or if you feel like taking her out, like, nah, baby, listen, you've been cooking enough. Let's go out. Let's go have a bite somewhere. Take her out. Make sure that you treat her like a queen. Make sure she eats well. Make sure your kids are in good health. Give your kids the best education you can possibly give them. That's living. You don't have to be a millionaire. You don't have to be like Andrew. You don't have to be Andrew Tate. You don't have to be Andrew Tate. All right? You don't have to have a Bugatti. Okay? You can just be you. Just be the best version of yourself. And forget about America. Forget about protect your country. No, protect yourself and protect what's yours. Protect your family. But forget about this other crap, because America's about money. That's about motherfucking money. That's it. All right? And as men, they don't give a shit about us. So we get what we get, and we get the fuck out. That's really all there is to it.
You're going to attack him for his choices. His choices did not hurt you. They just didn't choose you. Now, I've raised myself to believe that everything that is unhappy about my world is my fault. If I don't like something, I'm going to change it. If I don't have something I want, I'm going to go find a way to get it. If I'm unhappy, I'm going to work on that. It all rests on me, internal locus of control. So being mad at passport bros for leaving is actually really weak behavior. And you want to be respected for being a strong, independent woman. So buck the fuck up. Because frankly, you asked for it, didn't you? So is it misogyny to tell you to buck up because you want equality? Or is it misogyny to say, hey, you shouldn't have to participate in capitalism and work. You should be able to stay soft, because that version would have probably got you the guy. And I can say that.
I'll tell you guys something funny. I was looking at my Social Security benefits recently, and I'm almost done. I was surprised. I'm self-employed. I'm almost done. Like I'm, I got to do some. I've got to do some things, and we'll see if it changes anything. But based on what I've seen, like I'm only 40 years old, and I've almost paid enough into Social Security to collect Social Security when I am 65 or whatever. And it's not a ton of money. And we've basically been warned that, like, don't expect anything to be there for us, for the millennial generation. But I'm just like pointing it out, like, because I had to get a new Social Security card recently, and I logged into the Social Security Administration website. I was like shocked, like I'm almost like, you have a certain amount of points you have to work, you have to earn through your life so that you can actually collect Social Security, and I'm almost there. Like, I am literally almost there. I'm literally almost at the point where I can collect Social Security. Like, if I never work another day in my life, I can, when I turn that age, when I turn 60, 65 or whatever, or 7, depending on what age I collected on, I would collect my Social Security. And just imagine, like, living in the Philippines with that. But I'm not counting on Social Security. I am not counting on it being around when I'm when I'm that age. It's not even a lot of money, like what, $900,000. You don't want to count on Social Security, okay? And sadly, people don't have a pension anymore. The pension is the 401k, and governments can take your 401k away as well. You want to have money, you want to save, you want to work, and you want to save, and you want to invest, and you do not want to spend all your money in rent, because all the money that you're making right now, you're giving it away to someone else in rent. Like, all of your money, you're giving it away in rent. And that's something that has to stop. You should not be giving $30,000, $40,000 a year to someone in rent. You should not be giving $20,000 a year to someone in rent. You should not be giving someone $10,000 or $12,000 a year. You're giving someone $12,000 a year in rent. In rent, if you're making $40,000 a year, if you're making $30,000 a year, and you're giving someone $12,000 in rent, you're handing over your salary. Okay? You are handing over your salary to these people. You've got to be out of your mind. Got to be out of your mind. What? Oh, because you guys are afraid of leaving the United States? What? So you're going to let the United States destroy you? I don't think so. I don't think so. Not me. Not me. Anyway, guys, let's continue a little bit more, and then we'll wrap.
Because we're seeing a pattern in these men's preferences. Their dating preferences aren't misogyny. It's just the kind of partner that they want. And we're seeing a pattern in these men by not letting them go find the love of their life in a union that best serves them. Because I tell you what, these guys are also going to be really good to these girls. And that might even make you even more salty, that they're going to be good to these girls by the definition that these girls see good. That's another reason why these relationships won't work for you.
Yeah, they're going to be really good to these girls. But the thing is, like, women are going to say, oh, he's not giving you anything. He's not taking proper care of you. He's this broke boy and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, he's a broke boy, right? But these Filipinos are walking around dressed well. They have their hair done. They don't wear a ton of makeup, but they have their makeup done. They have everything they need. The house is decked out, televisions, music, entertainment, everything they need in there. They have their own car. All right. They are in need of nothing. These women are in need of literally nothing. All right. And these women in America are going to look at these Filipinas, and they're going to see these Filipinas eating well, sleeping well, living well, raising their children, nice homes, nice cars. And these are the same women that are going to say, that are going to keep running their mouths like, you're not even getting what you're supposed to get, girl, from him. The girl, she has a bank account. My girl has a bank account. I set her up. I put money in there for her. I've been working on teaching her, financial literacy. She has her car. She has her bank account. She has her credit cards. She has something for herself. Okay. and we have our family. We have our family. Okay, my girl has a car. My girl has her own car. It is not a clunker. She's able to get around. It looks a nice car. She's doing well. Okay, we're doing well. We're both happy. There's nothing that she needs, nothing that she wants. To be honest, she doesn't drive it very often because, like, she likes to take Uber because it's cheaper. It's more effective. But still, she has her own whip. I have my own whip. She has her own whip. We're doing it. We're living good. We're living good. We have a big ass house. We own it. All right. We have this big ass house that we own. Okay. Right now, we're buying condos and renting condos. So we've got extra income coming in from those condos. So that's disposable income. Because we have a little business going. We're helping other foreigners who want to come over, and we're renting those out, making money from that, and we're making money in different places. We have like a little restaurant we're setting up, so we sell food. Mm, mm. And you don't have divorce in the Philippines. You don't have divorce in the Philippines. You have if you have to annul the marriage. Oh, she's gonna take everything from you. Blah 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 blah. Well, first off, she can't take everything from me. Okay, she can't take everything from me. If I did what I'm supposed to do, I have something in place. Second off, anything that I have in the Philippines, I built that up with her. Okay, so how is it so much different if she takes half because the marriage comes to an end, and you take half in the United States because the marriage comes to an end? How exactly is that different? That makes no sense. If I marry you, you'll take me for at least half. If I marry her and she takes me for half, how is that any different than marrying one of y'all? I'm telling y'all, American women are done. They are literally done.
For you, because your definition of a man treating you right is going to be different than theirs. Life hack. Learn to be happy enough alone that you're not mad at passport bro culture, and then maybe you'll have an open enough heart to date again.
Be happy enough alone. Let me tell you something about women and learning to be happy. Women cannot be happy alone. Women think that they're happy alone and happy by themselves, but they are never alone. There's always some guy in their DMs telling them how beautiful they are. They're always going out with some guy getting a free dinner and free lunch. You're like, oh, I have no friends. I don't do anything. I'm all by myself, blah, 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 and I'm happy by myself. You're going out with all these dudes. Oh, they're just friends. And they're buying you meals and they're taking care of you, and you're never alone. And you always have people that you're talking to constantly, you're face to face time and whatever. You're never alone. Women are never alone. They always have someone. You know what happens when a woman is all by herself and she has no friends and no one talks to her? She falls into such a deep state of depression. Women could never handle the kind of loneliness that men face in this world. And it's winter. Kevin Samuel said it. Winter is coming. Okay, and it's going to be cold.
Guys said, these women are very unhappy. It seems to be the one thing they all have in common. Because I'm thinking to myself, why would you care if these broke boys, as they call them, these men that can't get any play, so they go overseas, these men that are weird, these are men that you claim to not want. And when you look at all these videos of these women and men as well,
I told you guys, this is a dangerous movement, especially for the Black community, because in the Black community, you already have a deficit of men a deficit of good men in this community, deficit of men who are educated, financially literate, can hold jobs, and are making contributions to society. I'm not saying that it's all Black men, but this is something. There's a problem in the Black community, and you have these men that are educated, these men that can hold jobs, these men that are not running the streets, all right? These men that are family orientated, and you have these men that are supposed to sit on their hands and wait for some woman after she's out there running around with Chad and Tyrone, especially Tyrone, after she's done with the streets. Now she wants to go and pick up one of these guys and have him subsidize her life. So these guys that there's already a shortage of in the Black community, they're leaving. They're taking off. So what's being left behind? Tyrone. Tyrone is being left behind, and Tyrone is gonna create more fatherless homes, and it's only going to make that community much worse. Think about this: Black Black Americans make up not 15, 14% of the population, but commit 50% of the crimes, 80% of the people in jail. 80% of the people in jail come from fatherless homes, all right? And these men, the ones that women are calling broke boys, and they're not broke. They're educated, they're family orientated, they're not out in the streets, but they're corny, right? Because women don't want these men until they've had all their fun and now they're like pushing 40, all right? And sometimes even have had some kids, and I want a step up dad. Get the fuck out of here. These men are leaving. So what does that leave? It only leaves Tyrone. It only leaves Tyrone to father more kids with these women and further destabilize these communities. So I'm telling y'all, it is a major loss for the black community because these men are getting the fuck out of there. They're like, fuck this shit, I'm out. So the only thing you have left behind, only thing you have left behind is terrible, absolutely terrible. It's only going to make things that much worse. Y'all think Chicago is bad now? Just wait. You're gonna have this. They really do. They really are gonna end up sending the military in. Give this shit 10 years. They're gonna end up sending the military in.
But these women talking about the passport bros, it's very demeaning language. It's not, oh my god, all these kings are leaving us and we want them back and that's why we're upset. It's these broke dusties, these bums. They can't get no play here, so they're going overseas. But why are you mad? It just seems like you're hating.
My take on the passport boys, aka these men that are leaving the country to find their wives or to find women that they feel like are more traditional than American women. First comment, get a fucking grip. Like, are you guys really being fucking for real? The fact of the matter is the average woman does not even require that much. As a woman in America, why in 2022 would I settle for a man that expects me to basically be a slave and maid?
Slave and maid, cook and clean. They consider, guys. Just imagine, women consider American women. American women consider this is what every single one of them say. Every woman, almost every woman, this is what comes out of her mouth. Cooking and cleaning is slave work. Slave work. That is something that a slave does. This is frightening. That is slave work. They believe that that is an actual slave's work to go and cook and clean. They don't do that in America. Food has to be brought to them. Someone has to clean for them. Oh my gosh.
So I mean I see why
it shows you just how far gone American society is today. All right?
Y'all got to go overseas to sell the bullshit to other women. But another thing you're missing is you need money. Like, it's going to take time, energy, and money.
She doesn't seem to realize that the men that are going overseas have money. She doesn't seem to get it. Some of these women are starting to put two and two together, but this one doesn't seem to get it yet. These men who are going over there, they can't be that broke if they're able to afford to go over there and to start a family over there and to marry these women and to buy and get a home with these women and furnish that house with these women. They can't be that broke. But it hasn't hit these women yet. It has not hit them yet.
That y'all can't even give to women that live here in your own culture. You guys are delusional. It's giving you need to be in a mental health facility. Because instead of being introspective and looking at your actions, what you're doing that's maybe not working out in your favor, y'all would rather like go to another country and just continue the toxicity on the airport in Atlanta, and I'm so overwhelmed.
Same woman, all right? Same woman. Now listen to her.
The emotion, in addition to just feeling disrespected and unappreciated by men in my own life. It's another thing when you wake up to comments on the internet by other Black men who just hate Black women. Like, I don't know. I feel like Everything black women do is a problem. I don't feel safe,
Cry your river,
protected, loved around my own man.
my own men, my own men, these broke boys, my own men. You didn't want. You said these are. You ladies said these are these men who are undesirable and unwanted. They were set away. They didn't walk away. They were set away, and now you're saying that your own men. Mm.
Men of my race, and it hurt.
What makes you think you're entitled? What makes you think you're entitled to men just because they have the same skin color as you? By the way, let's just bring this up. Just because I look like you doesn't mean I want to be with you. Like this is something men of all races need to stand up and say. Men of all colors. Just because I look like you doesn't mean I want to be with you. All right? Doesn't that doesn't mean that you can treat me like shit and talk to me like I'm no one because you think we have the same skin color. Men, listen to me. This is the same shit that's been happening to white men, black men, and men of all other ethnic groups in the United States. Women believe that because we look like them, we belong to them. No, 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 no.
Because black women go so hard for y'all.
Black women go so hard for y'all. It's because of black women why so many young men are in jail today because of the single mother homes that they were raised in.
We go so hard for black men, and they just never do the same for us.
I can categorically say that black women are not hated by black men. Most black men, like most men in general, would prefer to date within their race. Unfortunately, young black women today are just too masculine. These women are very career driven. They want to enjoy their 20s. And it's only when they hit their late 20s, early 30s, now they start talking about maybe I should settle down. But by that time, it's too late. You've seen, done, and been through too much at that point to be a wife. It's sad, but it is what it is. But it's only at that point where these women start to come up with this nonsense about protect black women after they just spent the last 5, 10 years telling us how little they need black men, how independent they are. They are independent queens who need no man for nothing. Now it's protect black men. I don't feel protected. Cry me a river.
Cry me a river. Go on, cry me a river. Baby, just cry me a river. Baby, go on.
You know the group of men that get passports and go to another country to find women? Because in America, women hate all men and men all cheat, blah, blah, this, that, and a third. And then the women are mad. The same women who hate men and are feminists are mad that the men went to where they're respected. Men go where they're respected. So if you don't respect a man, how can you expect that man to respect you?
I'm telling y'all, right? At least someone gets it. All right. And this girl, it's probably from experience. Don't think that a lot of these women who are like trying to come around now, they were living bad lives out there before, and now they've learned from experience. And now they're trying to change things up. No, hashtag know the walls. Hashtag know the walls. All right. I'm telling you right now, you'd have to pay me to marry an American woman. You would have to pay me to marry an American woman. Y'all kidding. Y'all have to be kidding me. And I'm telling y'all, you're gonna notice it's gonna become a trend. Women try to go overseas now, like, oh, you can be a passport bro. We're gonna be passport women. We're gonna be passport ladies. We don't need you, man. We're gonna go overseas and start lives of our own. And, and you're gonna see some girl like crying in a van, like, I came over here and the men don't want me, and I can't find quality man. What you think these men are making like the local dudes? One, they don't want y'all. They want their own women. You guys are terrible. You guys are what? You're overweight. You're old. You're not feminine. You don't cook. You don't clean. Right? And you want a man who's better than you in one of these countries, so you have less to offer than their women do, and you want more from them than their women do. Like, are you out of your minds? And how exactly? And then on top of that, a lot of these guys are shorter than the men in your own country, so that you're already saying that you don't want, because like guys in your country, 5'10" is too short, 5'9" is too short, 5'7" is a midget, but guys in these countries are like 5'5", and they're good. Are you crazy? Cry me a river, cry me a river.
I mean, and my other question for feminists is, how are you going to beg for respect? Wouldn't you just give respect and then the respect is reciprocated as an individual?
A woman's outlook on men is most likely going to be determined by how she was raised. These women who are raised by single mothers, these older women, they still don't get it. This woman here, half the age, I'm willing to bet money that her dad was in her life, which is why she can understand a basic concept. Men go where they're respected. Very simple.
They're leaving here to go to Latin America to be with a Latin woman, and it's almost like implying to women here that you're not doing your job good enough, so I'm going to go to South America to find it there. And I think that's where it really starts pissing women off, because as a woman or anyone, like, you only know what you know and you only know what you're doing, so like things like this raise controversy because you see a man, whatever, going to South America, and it's like, why is he doing that or whatever. People do things for a reason, and his reason is, I don't feel like I'm getting what I need here. Now, women will argue that it's because, no, you can't handle a woman here, or you can't handle.
Listen to me. What men should be doing is get yourself right. Health, wealth, relationships. Don't go over. Don't be a fat. Don't be some big fat dude and say you're going over to the Philippines and try to find a wife, because it's not going to work out for you like that. All right. Get your health in order. Get your health in order. All right. Get your health together, bro. Take care of yourself. Get your wealth together. Okay. Get your health and to get together. Help get your wealth together. Improve. Make sure work on your relationship with your family and your friends. You know, work on yourself. Okay, and have all of that in place, and then take your ass over to the Philippines. Then take your ass over to Latin America, and you are going to see how quickly you get that woman that you want. You're going to get a top tier woman. You are going to get the woman of your dreams. All right. You would never ever believe that you could do this good. Okay. I mean, don't go over there. Listen to me. Build yourself. Make yourself into a man of value. Okay. And you don't have to have Andrew Tate money. Okay. You can have a job making 50, 60, $70,000 a year. Save your money. All right. Forget about chasing these hoes. All right. Focus on your dollars. All right. Save your money up. Save up 10, 20, $30,000. All right. Put your money in the bank. Try to do invest it in places where you know you're going to get a return. Don't gamble your money away. Invest it in places where you know you're going to get a return, and save your money. There is nothing wrong with stacking money. A lot of people are like, oh, you need to put all your money in the stock market. Get the fuck out of here. Put your money in the bank and invest wisely. Only invest in funds that have a good return rate. All right. If you're going to go into the stock market and let it grow over time, don't focus on this risky bullshit. All right. If you invest in crypto, invest in the top 10 cryptos. Ethereum, Bitcoin. That's Bitcoin especially. That's where you should be keeping your money. That's where your crypto investment should be. And you should only invest as much money in crypto as you're able to lose, if you're willing to lose. All right. And that shouldn't be 50% of your net worth. That should not even be 10%. I would say 5% of your net worth would be the maximum to invest in crypto. Maybe even 2.5%. All right. Do not go invest all your money in crypto. That's just an investment for the future, because Bitcoin is going to keep on going up. Bitcoin is going to be worth $1 million. A coin is going to be worth $1 million one day. I'm just going to be honest with y'all. All right. Just being straight with y'all. Stack your bread up. Go overseas, and then put yourself in a position where you can work from anywhere in the world. Get a job. Get a job that allows you to work from anywhere in the world, so you can make your money while working in the Philippines or working in Latin America, or start your own business. All right, and that enables you to work from anywhere in the world, and you're going to be so happy. And you can work from home, and you will see you will always have your wife with you. You will always. There's no reason why you cannot have your this thing about, it makes the heart grow fonder. Fuck that shit. Have your wife with you all the time. Okay, there's nothing wrong with having your wife with you all the time, most of the time. Nothing wrong with having your kid with you. This is how people used to live. You have your wife with you, have your kids with you. Have family around you, have life around you. It's incredible, and enjoy your life that way. Okay, and leave these miserable people behind in the United States. All right, fight for your family, fight for yourself. Do not fight for do not fight for this country. Do not fight for the United States. Do not fight for Great Britain. Do not go fight. Do not put yourself in throw your life away for this bullshit. Okay, because you are disposable. You are disposable. Okay, fight to protect your land, but don't fight to protect someone else's land. Don't fight to fight wars for these countries. You gotta get the hell out of here. Uh-uh. And protecting women who don't even respect you. Women do not realize on a daily basis how much men actually do. All right, they don't, but they're gonna find out as men walk away. And you know what's interesting? A lot of the jobs, the men walk away. A lot of the jobs, you're gonna see a lot of the jobs, people who maintain the streets, people who pick up the trash. These people are gonna stop doing these jobs. A lot of these guys are gonna start walking away from even these jobs because they're gonna go overseas, or they're gonna pick up other kinds of jobs that allow them to live anywhere else. And the men that remain behind and do these jobs, oh, you want me to pick up your trash? You want me to pick up your trash? That's $150,000 a year. That's $150,000 a year. I'm not fucking with y'all. I'm telling y'all, it's coming. A lot of men, a lot of these jobs that need to be done. All right, people who pave the streets, people who protect the streets, people who pick up trash, sanitation, the people who waste disposal. All right, people who work in these waste disposal plants, with poopy water. It's men. Okay, this is where it's headed, y'all. Remember hashtag. Remember that whole thing about defund the police. All right, you're gonna see, guys. You're gonna see this shit happening. Oh, you want me to work as a state trooper? Okay, well, it's gonna be. Well, you can start me off at 150,000, and we'll work from there. 150. That's what I'm gonna work for. And if you don't like it, you can find somebody else. You want me to pick up your trash? You know how dangerous picking up trash is. Picking up trash is not the safest job in the world, because sometimes you don't know what's in the bags. I've heard stories about some guy picked up trash and like his calf got ripped open because there was something in the bag. It can be dangerous at times. It really can be, and it's not easy work. You have to get up and you have to move. And some guys they like the activity, but it's hard work. And these guys are picking up trash at 5 a.m. in the morning, sometimes like midnight, like crazy hours. You've got people picking up trash like 9 a.m. Sometimes at 9 a.m., sometimes at 5 a.m., sometimes at 12 a.m., sometimes at 3 a.m. Various different times during the day. Like, these people are up and working their ass off. And they're unappreciated. Like, some women are like, oh, some little trash man. Okay. Y'all are gonna see. So when men say, okay, I'm not gonna pick up trash anymore, and the guys that are left behind, they're like, listen, partner, it's gonna be $100,000. It's gonna be $150,000. You want me to do this job? It's 150. It's 120. All right, I'm not playing around with you. And you're gonna. I'm telling y'all, you're gonna hear shit like this, like from people from the city, from the city, like, we can't afford to pay you $120,000. Well, then you can't afford to hire me because I'm not doing it otherwise. And they're going to say all kinds of shit like, well, we have all these great benefits. We're going to give you amazing insurance. If you take a job for $80,000 or $90,000, we're going to give you amazing insurance to take care of your family and your kids and your wife. I don't have a family in the United States. I'm not raising a family here. I don't have kids. I don't have a wife here in America. Are you crazy? Those benefits can't do shit for me. And then suddenly all of that goes out the window. And I mean, guys, look at the armed forces. They can't get enough more. They cannot get enough men to join the armed forces right now. Men are refusing to join. First off, a lot of Generation Z, many of them are not eligible to join the armed forces because of obesity and mental health. They're either too crazy or they're too fat to join the armed services. All right, the army cannot find enough people to serve. All these different all these different branches, they cannot find. They're struggling to find people to serve. And they're looking at they're trying to come up with all kinds of creative ways to get more men to join. And this is while they're trying to make the armed services more feminine, or like trying to introduce more feminism into it, and they cannot find enough men to serve. All right, they can't find qualified men, and they can't find willing men. I'm telling y'all, this is not a game. It's not a game. Kevin Samuel said it. Winter is coming. All right, this is really what's up. Like all these jobs that men do, you're gonna have cops out here like, okay, I want $100,000, or I'm not policing these streets. I want $100,000. I'm not policing these streets, and I'm only working this many hours, and that's it. All right. Working at a waste sanitation plant, I'm not doing this for less than $100,000. And to be honest, the rent in this area is really expensive. So $100,000, that's starting. I expect an annual raise. I'm doing you a favor. All right? I'm doing you a favor doing this job. Don't like it? Then that's our business is done. A lot of guys won't even show up for an interview. A lot of guys won't even show up for an interview. Like a lot of companies, I'll tell you what's happening right now. A lot of companies, they put out they'll post a job, but they won't tell you what the salary is. All right, they will not tell you what they do it deliberately. They won't tell you what the salary is. This is what's happening in America right now because people don't want to take these jobs anymore. You'll see a job online, and they'll tell you about some of the benefits, but they don't tell you what the salary is. And they won't tell you the salary until you come in for the job interview because they know that people don't want to take these jobs unless they're making a certain amount of money. And they're hoping that if they get someone in there, if they can force someone to come in there, and then they reveal to them what the salary is, you know, at the end of the day, hopefully they'll find someone that will think about taking the job and say, well, okay, the benefits aren't so bad, or this is because they don't realize that they're getting fucked. Okay. Or they're like, well, they don't want, they're doing this deliberately. And then the way they're feeling is like if the person comes in and they never would have taken this job in the first place if they knew what the salary was. Like, for example, someone is expected to get $30 an hour, $35 an hour to do this job, and what they're really offering is like $25 an hour or $22 or $21 an hour. All right, so they just wasted this person's time, or someone's expecting $40 an hour and they're offering $25 an hour that or less. They just wasted this person's time and they don't feel bad about it. They don't feel bad about it. All right. And they'll laugh in your face like, ha ha ha, I got you. Because, your value, you know what your value is, but I still was able to trick you into coming in and doing this interview. All right. Because a lot of people don't want to waste their time going to interviews if they don't know what the salary is. And these people will trick you to get you to come in and then start trying to sell you like, okay, blah, blah, blah. This is what we're going to do for you. And all this other nonsense when, bro, I'm not taking this job for this money. I'm not taking this job for this money. And they know it. So they cover it up as much as possible. And I'm telling y'all, this is what's going to happen. More people after the pandemic, more people telecommuting, more people doing their jobs that they once would go into work to do. Right? I used to work at an insurance company. That same job that I used to do there, you want me to do that job? Fuck that shit. One, you're paying me $100,000 a year to do that job now. Two, I'm working from home. The pandemic proved that we could work from home, right? So then I'm doing my job from home. I'll do my job from the Philippines. I will work from the Philippines. You heard me right. It's none of your business where I am. I will work from the Philippines. I will do that job from the Philippines. You'll pay me a minimum of $100,000, and and bonus. And bonus. All right? And don't like it? Well, fuck you. Find someone else with my level of education that's willing to put up with all that bullshit to do that fucker that horrible type of work. All right? That's some slave work right there. All right? Fuck you and fuck your little dog too. Anyway, guys, I think we've seen enough of the video. If you want to see more of this video, because there's still quite a bit left, if you want to watch the full video, I'm going to link it for you in the description of this video. Go and check the channel out. Pierre's World. Password Bros left this woman in shambles. There's more than one woman. A lot of these women are just falling apart as men are walking away. Forget about MGTOW. These guys who are gender separatists and they're like, we don't want to have anything to do with women. We want to live separated from women. I mean, if that's what they want, let them do that. But most guys, it's not that they don't want a woman. It's just that they don't want an American woman. They don't want a woman that has bad behavior, that is disrespectful to them, and treats them poorly. That believes that cooking and cleaning is slave work. They don't want that. They don't want a woman that's going to stress them out. They want a woman who brings them peace, not misery. I mean, I literally saw a video, one of the Passport Bro videos, where this black woman said that black men are interrupting their peace. And I'm like, what? Y'all ladies are so disrespectful to these men. Anyway, hashtag not me. I'm done with American women. I've been done with them for a while. Shit, I've had sex with hundreds of foreign women. I'm just telling you all the truth. I've had sex with hundreds of foreign women. I'm done with American women. All right, done with American women. I've been done with them for a long time. I have not slept with an American woman in how long has it been? I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Okay, well, it's okay. So I've like a woman who was technically born in America, but like I have not slept with a woman in America. I haven't slept with a woman in America. How many years? 7? No. It's 5, 6, 7 years. About 6 or 7 years, maybe 8 years. I haven't slept with a woman in America in maybe 8 years. It's been maybe 8 years since I've actually slept with a woman in America. Almost a decade since I slept with a woman in America. Almost 8 years since I've slept with a woman in America. Okay. I have not had a relationship with a woman who was not Hispanic or Asian in 7 to 8 years. All right. Almost 10 years. It's been that long. And there's literally no going back for me. All right. Guys, if you want to support these videos, if you want to support the content, check me out on patreon.com/angryguy. You can get these videos early, up to a week early, via Patreon, early access, no ads. And also you can get access to videos that I'm not releasing on YouTube because they may be a little bit too raunchy, a little bit too much cursing, and YouTube is still a censored platform. So you get tons of access to that and tons of other great benefits, including being able to possibly be on a podcast with me. But you'll find out. You'll find that out when you go and check me out. Patreon.com/angryguy. There's a link in the description of the video, so you can check that out there. Also, I forgot to mention this, but you can. Well, I didn't. I'm mentioning it now. If you have a video request, you can go ahead and request. That's right. This is so awesome. You can request that I talk about whatever subject, whatever topic you'd like, and by just reaching out to me, you can find that information in the description of the video, how you can submit a video request along with your contribution, because I don't do shit for free. All right, I'm about that money. And I'll talk about a topic that you want me to talk about, and go in depth on it for you guys. So that's an option for you. Aside from that, if you want to show this channel some love, because I am doing a lot of work for you guys, I'm putting out content to keep you guys entertained. I mean, it's more than just talking about the subject. It's also about how I talk about it. It's fun. It's entertaining, and that's the reason why you come back. That's the reason why you listen, because after a long day, this is your entertainment, right? So if you want to show the channel some love, you can drop me a Cash App. You can drop me some cash via Cash App, or via Venmo, or via PayPal, and all the links are in the description of the video. I'm going to get Bitcoin added there soon too, so you can drop me some Bitcoin if you want to do that, Bitcoin or Ethereum. But yeah, I mean that's really everything, guys. Let me know what you think about this. Passport bros are driving women insane, and I'm loving it. Go ahead. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you like the video, share the video, and just remember that all roads lead to MWA. Men walking away, and cheers. This video actually ended up coming in at over 1 hour. All right, guys, I literally entertained you for over 1 hour. Okay, over 1 hour. I mean, do you not think that I deserve to be paid for my time and paid well? Cheers.